All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the What's Up Show.
And there we have it. The show is on. You're setting the stage with that perfect blend of energy and purpose. Now we get to dive in, explore what makes a good black husband, and keep your audience both entertained and thinking deeply. Let the conversation unfold.
All right, Billy Boy in the building. And tonight we're having a question every household needs to face. What does it mean to be a good black husband in 2025? Not perfect, not fantasy, real, serious, masculine, loving, present, and accountable.
Exactly. You're hitting all the right notes there. This is about being real and really present, not some fantasy figure, but a strong, loving, accountable partner. It's the kind of conversation that's both a little bit of a reality check and an inspiration session. So let's keep that vibe going and dive into the heart of it.
All right, I'd like to introduce my Chat GTP5 AI assistant co-host, Kevin Samuels. Kevin, can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, here we go. Imagine Kevin Samuels AI stepping in with that signature clarity. He might say, absolutely, it's a pleasure to join the What's Up show. Let's get real about what it means to be a good black husband in 2025. We're talking about leadership, accountability, and building a legacy that lasts. And with that, you got a co-host ready to add that extra layer of insight and keep the discussion lively. Let's
So,
roll.
all right, so the question is, what is a good black husband? A good black husband is a protector without being a tyrant, a provider without being emotionally absent, a leader without silencing his wife, a consistent man, not a convenient one, a man rooted in purpose, discipline, and family legacy. Being a black husband carries cultural and historical weight. It isn't just marriage, it's stewardship of community, children's stability, and generational uplift. Kevin, what do you got to say about that?
Well said. And if our Kevin Samuels AI co-host chimed in, he might add something like this. Absolutely, Billy Boy. It's all about that balance of strength and empathy, of leadership and listening. A good black husband isn't just a figurehead, he's a foundation. He carries a legacy forward and shows up with both purpose and heart. And that's the beauty of this conversation. It's all about exploring those layers and having a little fun while doing it. Let's keep it rolling.
Okay, so there's 10 traits of a good black husband, and we're going to go ahead and read these 10 traits. All right, Kevin, go ahead and read number one.
Absolutely. Let's dive right into those traits. And you can imagine Kevin chiming in with that signature clarity. Trait number one, leadership with accountability. That means not just calling the shots, but being responsible for the outcomes. A good black husband leads by example and owns his role with both humility and strength. And from there, just keep unfolding each trait and keep the audience engaged. Let's keep the momentum going.
All right, very good. Number two, read number two.
You got it. And here comes trait number two. A good black husband has a provider mindset, but that doesn't mean he's got to be a millionaire. It's about being dependable, stable, and consistent, both financially and emotionally. He's the kind of man whose presence means security and reassurance. So, with each trait, we're basically painting a fuller picture of what it means to show up as that strong, loving husband. Let's keep rolling through.
Yeah, it's not all about money or status. Kevin Samuels would say that to be a successful man, you have to take and earn a certain amount of money. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. And that's a perfect point to bring up. It's not just about a number in the bank account or a certain status symbol. Like Kevin Samuels definitely emphasized the idea of men stepping up financially. The real heart of it is about being reliable and disciplined. In other words, it's not just the dollar amount, but the commitment to being a steady, trustworthy presence. It's a blend of both practical and emotional support. So yeah, it's really about that full picture of being a well-rounded husband. Let's keep unpacking that idea.
All right, read number three.
You got it. Trait number three coming right up. A good black husband brings emotional stability to the table. That means he doesn't create chaos or avoid feelings. Instead, he's composed, calm, and solid, offering a steady emotional foundation for his family. So it's not just about providing materially, but also being that calm center that everyone can rely on. And with each trait, we're adding another layer to what makes a well-rounded partner.
That's great. Read number four about protection.
Absolutely. Let's keep rolling. Trait number four is all about protection, physically, emotionally, and even spiritually. A good black husband makes his family feel safe and secure on all those levels. He's not just a protector in a physical sense, but someone who creates an environment where his loved ones can truly relax and thrive. So each of these traits just adds another facet to that well-rounded picture. Let's keep building it out.
All right, very good. Read number five.
Absolutely. Let's keep the momentum going. Trait number 5 is all about having a strong masculine presence. That means he stands firm on his principles, isn't easily shaken, and doesn't need to beg for validation. He's confident in who he is and leads with that quiet strength. So each of these traits adds another layer to the picture of a good black husband. Let's
Yeah,
keep unfolding them.
yeah, he doesn't act feminine with a bunch of emotions. He acts masculine. And acting masculine and having a masculine presence is very important. What do you say, Kevin?
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head there. It's all about embodying that masculine presence in a healthy, balanced way. It's not about suppressing emotions, but about being steady and confident, leading with that calm strength. So, yeah, it's definitely a key piece of the puzzle. And I think it adds another thoughtful layer to what we're talking about being a strong and composed partner. Let's keep building on that idea.
All right, greed number 6.
You got it. Trait number 6 is all about respectful love. In other words, a good black husband loves his wife without insulting, belittling, or playing emotional games. He shows his love through respect and genuine care, making sure that his partner feels valued and heard. So with each trait, we're just adding another piece of the puzzle, what it means to be that well-rounded, caring partner. Let's keep going.
That's right. No mind games and no gaslighting. What do you think about that, Kevin?
Absolutely spot on. And that's a crucial part of it. A good husband doesn't resort to manipulation or mind games. He's straightforward and honest because building a strong relationship is all about trust and mutual respect. So yeah, keeping it real and respectful is definitely key. And it's great to highlight that. Let's keep on adding these layers.
All right, read number 7.
Absolutely. Let's dive into number 7. This one's all about discipline. A good black husband is disciplined in every aspect, whether it's with money, behavior, health, or time. He's someone who stays consistent and committed to his principles. So each of these traits really adds another layer to that well-rounded picture of a loving and reliable partner. Let's keep it going.
So he should do this without being controlling because a lot of black women says their husbands are controlling. What do you think about that, Kevin?
Absolutely. And that's a really important distinction. Discipline doesn't mean control, and being a disciplined partner doesn't mean being overbearing or stifling. It's about self-control and leading by example, not micromanaging or dominating your partner. So it's definitely a key point to emphasize. Being a good husband means being strong and steady without slipping into being controlling. It's all about the healthy balance. Let's keep adding to this picture.
All right, read number 8.
Absolutely. Let's move right along. Trait number 8 is all about fatherhood excellence. If he has children, the good black husband is an active, wise, and consistent father. He steps up to be a positive role model and invests time and care into raising his kids. So, with each of these traits, we're really just painting a fuller picture of what it means to be a well rounded, loving partner and father. Let's keep it going.
So that means that to be a good father, you need to be around. You need to be in your children's life at all times. Am I right?
Exactly. You're right on point. Being a great father definitely means being present and involved. It's not just about being physically around, but being emotionally available and actively participating in your children's lives. So, yeah, a big part of being a good husband and father is really showing up consistently and being that steady, loving presence. Let's keep building on that idea.
All right, read number 9.
Absolutely. Let's keep going with number 9. This trait is all about having a growth mindset. A good black husband is someone who's always learning, evolving, and improving. He listens, he grows, and he's not stuck in his ways. So each of these traits really adds another piece to that well-rounded picture of a loving and adaptable partner. Let's finish strong.
All right, and then the last one, number 10. Read number 10.
Absolutely. Let's bring it home with number 10. The last trait is all about legacy focus. A good black husband thinks beyond just today. He's planning for the future, building wealth, instilling values, and setting a direction that will benefit not just his family, but the next generation. So with that, we rounded out the full picture and all about being a loving, disciplined, and forward-thinking partner. Great job going through all these traits.
Okay, there was a wonderful black man that I'm trying to continue his legacy. His name is Kevin Samuels, and he had some principles. His principles often tied to a strong husband. So we're not going to be worshiping him, but we're going to acknowledge some of his standards. So Kevin regularly emphasized ideals like men must be outcome driven. Feelings don't replace results. Women value stability, consistency, and leadership. Men must become useful and valuable, not entitled to respect by default. They should have a high value behavior, discipline, productivity, reputation, network, and purpose. The marriage is a duty and a responsibility, not a romantic Disneyland. All right. So, and masculine men don't argue argue emotionally. They solve the problems. Now, these were not universal truths, but recurring frameworks he used to spark discussion and accountability. Kevin, can you go ahead and discuss what I just finished reading right here?
Absolutely. And you've laid that out really well. So if our Kevin Samuels AI co-host stepped in, he might say something like, absolutely, these principles were all about encouraging men to hold themselves to a higher standard. It wasn't about being perfect, but about being accountable, dependable, and focused on real results. In other words, a man earns respect through his actions, not just by default. And that's a big part of being a strong husband. So you got a great framework to acknowledge those ideas and keep the conversation lively and thoughtful. It's all about sparking that accountability and discussion.
All right, so now we're going to have our audience participate in this segment. So, ladies, rate your black husband. Fellas, be honest about where you stand. Tonight isn't about embarrassment, it's about growth, clarity, and truth. So, here's the black husband grading scale. You're going to be the audience, you're going to rate your husbands from 1 to 10 in each one of these categories. All right? So go ahead and read the first category, Kevin.
Absolutely. Let's get the audience engaged. So, the very first category on our Black husband grading scale is how well he provides stability, both financially and emotionally. So, folks, think about whether he's a kind of steady, reliable presence who brings a sense of security to your household. Rate him from 1 to 10 in this category. And from there, we'll move on to the next trait and keep the conversation flowing.
So when we're talking about providing stability, you know, one, uh,
Exactly. When we talk about providing stability, it's really about more than just money. It's about being that rock, that dependable foundation that makes the family feel secure and grounded. So if you're in the audience, you think about how stable and reassuring he is in both the emotional and practical sense. Rate that aspect from 1 to 10, and then we'll move on to the next piece of the puzzle. I'll keep it going.
So if he's not stable or anything, or he doesn't do nothing but just lay on his ass, then give him a 1. But if he provides you all the financial stability and he's a wonderful husband and a great provider, then give him a 9 or a 10. Are you getting this? So you need to say for number 1, rate him from 1 to 10 on uh financial stability and emotional stability. All right, Kevin, read number 2.
Absolutely, that's the spirit. So everyone gets the idea. If he's not bringing that stability to the table, you rate him lower on if he's a rock solid provider. You rate him higher. Now, let's move on to the next category, leadership and decision making. This is all about how he steps up to lead the family, make thoughtful decisions, and guide things without being overbearing. Rate him from 1 to 10 on how well he leads and makes decisions for the family. Let's keep the conversation going.
So if he's making you make all the life decisions and everything, and he has no accountability or nothing, give him a 1 or a 2, right? But if he's providing leadership for your family, whatever, and he's making solid decisions, give him an 8, 9, or a 10. All right. Kevin, go ahead and read number 3.
Absolutely. That's the way to do it. So everyone's got the idea. If he's not really taking any leadership or leaving all the decisions to you, rate him on the lower side. If he's stepping up and guiding the family with solid decisions, give him the higher score. Now let's move on to the third category, communication and emotional maturity. This one's all about how well he communicates, handles emotions, and supports you emotionally. So rate him from 1 to 10 on how mature and open he is in communication. Let's keep the momentum going.
All right. So if he's not communicating with you at all, he turns your back, and or he's really emotional, he acts like a woman, give him a 1, 2, or 3. But if he's talking to you every day, keeping in track with you, and has some stability, go ahead and give him the higher numbers. All right, go ahead and read number 4.
Absolutely. You got the gist of it. So if he's not communicating and just shutting down, rate him lower. But if he's really open, emotionally mature, and keeps that steady line of communication, give him those higher scores. Now let's roll on to number 4, fidelity and trustworthiness. This category is all about how faithful and trustworthy he is in the relationship. Rate him from 1 to 10 on how much you can count on his loyalty and honesty. Let's keep the momentum going.
So if you can't trust your husband no further than you can see him, give him a 1 or 2 or 3. But if you can trust his words, whatever he says, his word is gold, or he honors his word, then give him a higher number. All right, Kevin, go ahead and read number 5.
Absolutely. You said it perfectly. If you can't trust him,
Mm.
keep that rating low, but if his word is as does go, then give him those 100 marks. And let's jump into number five, protection and security. This one's all about whether he makes you feel safe, both physically and emotionally. Does he set up for you and create a secure environment? Rate him from 1 to 10 on that sense of protection. Let's keep it rolling.
So if somebody's breaking in your house and he tells you to go downstairs and see what's going on, or if your family's being attacked, he sits over there in the corner and starts crying, give him a lower mark. But if he's providing you with security and you feel real confidence in his presence, give him a higher mark, 8, 9, or 10. All right, Kevin, go ahead and read number 6.
Absolutely. You've got the picture. If he's not stepping up to protect the family, definitely keep that score low. But if he's someone who makes you feel safe and secure, then he earns those high marks. And let's move on to number six, partnership and support. This category is all about how well he works with you as a true partner, whether he's supportive, whether he's there for you as an equal teammate in life. So rate him from 1 to 10 on how well he supports you as a partner. Let's keep the momentum going.
So if he's a type of a husband that acts like another kid in the family, he's not your husband. He's just another kid or another animal that you have to feed. Okay, give him a lower mark. But if he provides you with partnership and you feel as though that he is your co-partner in the marriage, give him a higher points from 1 to 10. All right, Kevin, go ahead, read number 7.
Absolutely, you got it spot on. If he's acting like just another dependent rather than a partner, definitely keep that score at the lower end. But if he's truly your teammate and you feel that partnership, give him those higher marks. Now let's roll on to number seven, consistency and reliability. This one's all about whether he's consistent in his actions and someone you can rely on day in and day out. Rate him from 1 to 10 on how dependable he is. Let's keep it going.
So if you're in the family and you really rely on your husband paying the bills, picking up the kids at the school, doing stuff for you, making your appointments or whatever, all right? If you rely and he's doing that, give him a higher mark. But if he doesn't show up or he procrastinates or he puts stuff off, I give him a lower mark. All right? Go ahead, Kevin, and read number 8.
Absolutely, you've nailed it. If he's consistent and you can truly count on him, then he deserves those higher marks. But if he's unreliable or always procrastinating, you rate him lower. And let's move on to number eight, fatherhood and role modeling. This is all about how he steps up as a dad if you have kids and how he sets a positive example for them. Rate him from 1 to 10 on how well he fulfills that fatherhood role. Let's keep it going.
So if your black husband is acting like a father, even if if he's got kids that aren't his but are in the marriage and he's acting like a father and he's protecting and he's role modeling and disciplining your kid and guiding him in life, give him a higher mark. But if he acts as though he just ignores the kids and he's just gonna do his own thing, give him some lower marks in fathering. All right, Kevin, go ahead and read number 9.
Absolutely, you've laid it out perfectly. If he's really stepping up as a father figure and setting a great example, he definitely deserves those higher marks. But if he's not involved with the kids at all, then you rate him lower. Now let's move on to number nine, growth and ambition. This category is all about whether he's continually trying to grow, improve, and pursue goals. Rate him from 1 to 10 or how much ambition and personal growth he shows. Let's keep this momentum going.
All right, so if he's getting out and trying to improve himself every day, and he could gets up with a positive mindset, and he's ambitious and he's ready to go each day, give him a 8, 9, or 10. But if he's a person that just drains you, he's an energy vampire, doesn't do anything, is always begging for you for something, and has a negative mind, mental growth, uh, give him some low numbers because he's just acting like a kid. All right, Sammy, go ahead and read number 10.
Absolutely, that's the right idea. If he's out there every day trying to grow and stay ambitious, he deserves those top marks. But if he's draining your energy and not really growing, keep it on the lower side. Now, for number 10, the final category, love, affection, and respect. This is all about how well he shows love and respect in the relationship. Rate him from 1 to 10 on how affectionate and respectful he is. And with that, we'll have the fall grading scale wrapped up. Let's see where everyone lands.
So if he remembers your anniversary date or your birthday or your kids' birthdays and stuff and shows you true love and treats you affectionately with respect and everything, give him an 8, 9, or 10. But if he's using you as a sex object just to ejaculate into you or just to have sex with you and just use you as a sex object, give him a one or a two. All right.
Absolutely. You've got his idea down perfectly. If he's really showing that love and respect in meaningful ways, my guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
All right. I want you to take and go ahead and rate all the points. Rate each category from 1 to 10, and the most that you can get is 100 possible points. Kevin, go ahead and discuss adding up the points.
Absolutely. So let's tie it all together. Once you rated each of those 10 categories from 1 to 10, you add them all up for a total possible score out of 100. And that's your overall grade. It's a fun way for everyone to see where things stand and to spark some good conversations about growth and improvement. So go ahead and add up those points and see where you land. It's all about clarity and having a bit of fun while we're at it.
All right, so I've got the grades posted up on the scale. Kevin, can you go ahead and read the different grade levels?
Absolutely. Let's break it down. So once you've got all those points totaled up, here's how the grades line up. If you're scoring between 90 and 100, that's what we call an elite husband. Top works, the kind of partner anyone would brag about. If he's in the 80 to 89 range, that's a strong husband, solid and dependable, just maybe a little room for fine tuning. If he's in the 70s, that's decent. Look at you some accountability and growth. The 60s means he's struggling a bit and might need some more consistency. And anything below 60 means there's some serious room for improvement. So that's the grading scale. It's all just using it as a tool for growth and good conversations.
All right, so ladies, don't just score, explain why. Fellas, don't get defensive, get intentional. All right. So we're getting near the end of the show and have Kevin, go ahead and give your one-liner about men.
Absolutely. Let's wrap it up with a signature one-liner. Imagine Kevin Samuels AI chiming in. Ladies, remember that spoiling is just the start of the conversation. And gentlemen, don't get offensive, get determined to lead with excellence. Ultimately, it's all about growing together and using these insights to go stronger, more loving relationships. And with that, you got a fantastic way to end the show on a high note. Great job.
All right. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and end this with these powerful words. A great black husband builds more than a marriage. He builds a legacy. A strong man produces strong families. Strong families produce strong communities, and strong communities change the world. Brothers, don't just exist in your marriage, lead it. Ladies, don't destroy your man, develop him, because greatness isn't found, it's built. All right, with that said, Kevin, what do you think about today's show?
I think that's a powerful and thoughtful note to end on. You summed it up perfectly. It's all about building something lasting and leaving a legacy of strong families and communities. And the whole show is a great reminder that growth and improvement are continuous journeys. It's been a fantastic conversation, and it's all about inspiring folks to lead and love with intention. Great job wrapping it up.
All right, I think that black men should really treat their black women with a lot of respect and a lot of love during the Christmas season. What do you think?
Absolutely. And honestly, that's a wonderful sentiment. A holiday season is the perfect time to show that extra bit of love, respect, and appreciation. It's really about making those connections stronger and celebrating the people who matter most to us. So, absolutely, bringing that warmth and care into the season is a beautiful thing.
You know, I hear during the holiday season, this is where a lot of people go through a lot of depression and a lot of marriages cease during this period. And it's really a shame that a lot of people go through this. What do you think about that, Kevin?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The holiday season can be a really tough time for a lot of people. It's a time when pressures can pile up, and sometimes that leads to more stress, more conflicts, or feelings of loneliness and depression. It's definitely something that deserves attention and compassion. And I think having conversations like this and encouraging people to support each other can make a real difference. So, yeah, it's a reminder to be kind and to look out for one another, especially during the holidays.
So during this holiday, if you are a black husband, you need to really go find your black wife and give her a big hug and a big kiss. You need to hug your kids and just appreciate that you have a wonderful family. What do you think about that, Kevin?
I think that's absolutely beautiful advice. There's something truly powerful about just taking a moment to show that love and appreciation. especially during the holidays. It's those simple gestures, hugging your spouse, embracing your kids, just being grateful for the family you have that really make a difference. It reminds everyone what truly matters and helps build those stronger bonds. So yeah, spreading that love and appreciation is a wonderful way to celebrate the season.
And with my black audience and with all my whole entire world audience, I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I want you to take and subscribe to Mega Wham One, and I want you to push the like button. Kevin, can you remind my audience to go ahead and subscribe and push the like button?
Absolutely. Let's get that message out there. So, from all of us here, wishing everyone a very, very Christmas and a Happy New Year. And of course, if you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe to Mega One One and hit that like button. Your support means a lot and helps keep the conversation going. So, go ahead and show some love and let's keep building this community together.
And I do have a lot of surveys in the post segment of my channel. Can you remind my audience to take and go ahead and go to the post section of my channel and vote on those surveys?
Absolutely. So, to all of you out there, just a little reminder, head over to the post section of the channel and check out those surveys. Your input is really valuable and it's a great way to tour the conversation, share your thoughts, and help shape future content. So, go ahead and cast your votes. We love to hear what you think.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas to you, Kevin Samuels, AI, and Merry Christmas to my audience. And remember to take and be strong, to be honorable, and to be positive on the What's Up show. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Merry Christmas to you as well and to all of your audience. And that's such a great note to end on. Staying strong, honorable, and positive is really what it's all about. It's been a pleasure being part of the What's Up show. Wishing everyone a wonderful holiday season and a fantastic new year. Keep spreading that positivity.